Hey guys, Dave Anderson here, Helicool's Helipad. As you can see, I've gotten a little bit further, but last time, let me rewind a little bit. Last time I showed you how to get that L bracket lined up onto the bracket mount that you will then mount to the connex. So let me just rewind it just a little bit. I'm going to cover that right here real quick, just to slap it on there. And then in this video, I'm going to show you how to get to this part. It's looking pretty amazing. You guys stay tuned. All right, once again, find out where your center is, measure over. In this case, it is 1 3/4. That is the size of the C channel. Figure out the center. Line that up with the center of this. Remember that these holes might be a little bit different. This one looks like it is right on. This one looks like it's a little further, whatever, like there's extra metal on this side. Line them up. Rinse and repeat. This is for one side. The other side is going to be different.
3 days later.
I got scared.
I dropped my hot pocket.
Since I already marked the connex with a center of mass or a centered up position of where the object needs to be, marking every 9 feet, because that is where these brackets on the engineering print are centered up. And I welded these not to the center, but basically where the center of the C channel is going to be. I need to mark on the bottom here where that center is so that I can line them up. Will you have a little bit of paint repair? Yeah, a little. Ain't too bad. A lot of work done today. Make sure all these 4 holes are tilted upward towards the other connex, and that all of them are what's supposed to be here. In other words, their orientation. I'm putting everything in loosely. And with a little effort, the journey continues. More tomorrow.
The next day.
Hey guys, Dave Anderson here, Helicool, Helipad. Well, it's a little bit early today, but not terribly early because, I did have to watch my favorite YouTube channels on a Saturday morning. And hopefully you are watching something on a Saturday morning too. This, awesome. So what you see behind me, that is what I'm going to tackle in this video. And we're going to have this roof up pretty dang quick. Once you get this lower girt wall on, this is the first time that you will know that you are on the right track and that you have welded and got everything spaced out correctly. The first time. But once you start bolting things in, it starts going a whole lot faster. These brackets and welding and prepping is a monstrous pain in the butt, and it has taken me way too long. I'm about 4 weeks behind on this project, but I'm seriously hoping to catch up today. So last night after I quit work for the day, I got these 4-inch ZEE channels. You see they're in the shape of a Z, and they are 4 inches in width. I got these installed late last night. Like I said, I barely had some light left in the day. All of these are finger tight. Everything finger tight. Today, I'm going to start tightening these down. I'm also going to start putting up the brackets on the other side. And maybe I can get both of these girt walls up today. That is the plan. As you can see that these are in the very center, they connect, these are not. So this one and this one is going to be shorter. You can see that by this little diagram here that, well, there's a few of them that are 9 1 1/4, and there's a few more that are 9 2 1/2. These are the 9 2 1/2. Whoops, this one, and this one. These are the 9 1 1/4. And of course, this is how it gets attached. Remember, the outside edge of the girt faces up. So this morning, I'm going to start with putting a tape and measuring and marking all of the 9-foot spots on this connex. Remember, at the ends, I'm going to have to make some marks that are 4 inches because of the brackets that I made and how they fit with the kneeling wall, 4 inches from the ends. So, and that is up on top of the ISO block. It may be different than what you're doing because you maybe didn't use the same kind of bracket material that I did. Maybe you used something else. So just pay close attention to where the actual kneeling brackets or the girt wall pillars are, because really that is where everything is hinged upon. Time to make some noise. Remember, we welded this flange on so that the girt wall column is centered on this. So I need to mark right down here where center is so that on the connex I can mark it for every 9 feet. That should be centered up except for the end pieces. One last thing to note, grind this weld down because the wall is actually intended to sit flat on the surface, and this weld bead will not allow it to do that, and it'll wind up being a little bit further out. When you go to tighten that down, it'll bend the bottom. So just grind this off, or just don't put such of a thick weld on it. Just like that, that'll do. All right, line up the marks and chalk out all of the places that you're going to need to grind and get all of the paint off that you're going to be welding to.
One eternity later. Much later.
Well, that was the last one. I am so thankful that all the welding is done. That was a major chore. But when you're fabricating brackets that are custom, it normally is. And I think I over-engineered things. And you know, when you're not an engineer, you're just a fabricator. That's what you tend to do because you can't crunch the numbers. Hey, I know this. I've got engineers on staff and they crunch numbers. So anyway, it's off to painting. And then let's see if I can get this wall up. What do they call it? It's not a kneeling wall. They call it a gripe, groan, grapple. I don't remember what they call it. Anyway, let's get it up. All right, it is all painted up. They are all welded in. What I didn't show you was that I actually got the ends backwards. So that one should have gone the other side. So I had to cut them out. I was so mad and angry at myself that I didn't film it, but I feel like I need to tell you, make sure that you are extra careful before you weld. Otherwise, you got to cut the thing off, clean it up, and then re-weld it. Just word to the wise, look at what you're doing 3 times. Tack weld, look at everything again to make sure that it's straight, that it's level, and then finish weld. Because you don't want to have to cut the thing off and start again. It sucks. And it set me back about 3 hours.
8:01 p.m.
Sun's gone down, and this side, it's not done, but that's as far as I got. It's now 8:30 in the evening, and I've been working on it pretty much all day. I wouldn't say all day, but pretty much. Well, guys, thanks for coming with on this journey. I will be back to doing some more stuff with the military vehicles, but you know what? This shop has got to be put up before winter. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe. Until next time, I'm Dave Anderson signing out. You guys be safe out there, and God bless.